Billy. So Billy is big low open. Calgary Billy in Gunyarong all those beautiful years ago was moving or coming into the clearing ground to meet the Holy Spirit of the land and to be cleared of the old cycles. Marmabu, climb being smaller sober, finish, gone forever. Neo, 0 point, Mabu Mabu Ranjipuru. So I thought I'd get dressed up and look my finest while I'm on performance and clap myself in. Captain Star Trek Travelogue from 2094, I think. It's just a number, but I'm remembering the beautiful memories. Want to celebrate today. Yay! Alright, so here we go. So during that time, Captain Starlock travel journey. In my other life as Carrie Cox independent singer-songwriter, humanitarian highlights. And may I remind you that yes, we should celebrate too, because the meek has inherited the earth, and Megarana Mabu Mabu. Here, new cycle begins. Beautiful. And the control, I'm controlling, you're controlling, we're all controlling, that control story. And Article 1, Paragraph 2, Clause 3 is an enslavement system. Yeah, and like thought we left Egypt, but still Egypt concept. So anyway, can't control the earth. The earth is beautiful. We're awake and just gonna start dancing and moving around soon. And yeah, she'll show herself in her glory. So, you know, for all you mob who are dumping all these chemtrails and these CERN mob crushing electrons. We are electrons in mimetic fields. From the meta-me of the meta-files of the metadata. So anyway, what a story that was. And I can see Amazing Grace was blind, but now I see. Good to heal too. Be in peace of mind, peace of heart, peace in my spirit, and peace in my body. Not dis-ease. So be at ease, partner, and heal yourself. Beautiful. Full of grace. So in my other life, that's right, as a independent singer-songwriter that I chose to be, as a soul trader, and my humanitarian service highlights, because I love humanity and I love everyone, because we're all equal and we're all one, all the same. So I did not sign no contract. Did not sign no contract. So what I'd like to say is it was amazing. We didn't have we couldn't afford a car. Lul had his 4-wheel drive, so he can go out bush, and he's an amazing hunter and gatherer, and we lived throughout the 6 seasons, and so we were able to go out and get food all the time that we loved in season. It's really, really good for you in season. The food is happy, everything's rich, everything's fat, and it's good for you in season. And we didn't have a good vehicle vessel to come into Broome, and before that, I'm just remembering, me and my sister used to go and we used to perform with the youth mob, and we used to sing at we used to always go to the Derby Country Music Festival and play there. Lovey did. And then in 1996, just before 1996, sorry, Stephen Pigram rang me up and said, "Hey, what are you doing? Wanna join us with Brand Day Cabaret?" And a 45 minutes performance of songs of Brand Day, Miliaramara Brand Day. And I said I'd love to do it, and so it was just trying to get into town, and it was before the roads got sealed. It's all bituminized now, and that's the last thing my grandfather worked in with the main roads mob to make sure that we built the roads in the right places. And he was amazing. He was chair at the time, so of Big Bay community, and he used to get me lifts with whoever he could get me live with. It was quite amazing, just how passionate we are at what we want and what we want to experience and manifest. And he got me live with a contractor one time who came out to fix up some maintenance with the housing, and that was really good. And then he got me a lift one time with the Flying Doctors charter plane, so that was pretty deadly as well. And I got to come into town, so that was the beginning of leaving my beautiful little home there, and moving into Broome. So moved into Broome, I connected with my first manager in that old story. I manage myself now because I can, and I will, because that's important to do that for yourself. But thank you, Digby, and he got me to apply for the next big thing competition in '96, and the heats was in Broome, and I won the heats in Broome, and then had to go to the finals in Perth, in Western Australia, Perth, state competition, and I was up with a lot of bands, and they were quite established bands within West Australia, the state, and all the men, all my brothers, and I was the only woman, the only sister there, and the only solo performer, and I was blessed to have my mother, who was living in Perth with his partner, my little brother's father at the time, Jace, and my other brother, John, and I had my two younger sisters who were down south of Perth at the boarding school, so Mum organised for them to come and back me up, and also my mother's side of the family from his father, Auntie Fatima Mob, from the Fernandez family, my grandfather, Michael Fernandez, love you. He's a simple man, always used to, "G'day you," he used to always laugh all the time, so very refreshing, just didn't take life too seriously. And and dressed really beautifully, and for good presentation, and strong in my delivery and my storytelling and how I am, and I won. So that was really amazing achievement for myself. That it was a key pivotal point in my life to show me that nothing's impossible in this little black from Billy Bay, in the little mission to community, can travel anywhere, and I can do whatever my heart wants, is calling. Leon, what I like, love, and want. I have all that I need. So that was amazing. I got 1 year free management, a lot of promos, and a bit of recording time. And from the couple of songs I recorded, I was able then to get a grant from Australia Council to record my first album, Just Wanna Move, and Billy Bay Dreaming, which is also a song reflected about my grandpa and the waterfalls flowing, and my grandfather as the elders, all those elders that were very important to me and taught me a lot in life. So, and that became a big hit song, so that even opened up more doors for me around the country. And I was living in Perth at that time, and from Perth I moved to Melbourne, and from Melbourne I met my other manager, and Joe, bless you, thank you. And I was just getting myself out there, and played at many festivals, and been to many different types of events. It's you try not to be political, but you're brought into those worlds, and from children to women, families, communities, sharing culture, Woodford Festival, all sorts of stuff that brought me in, just cruising around and trying to get out there and allow my music to take me where I need to go to experience life. And I remember we went down to the King's Cross one night, and to meet the big record companies, Michael Chugs, Michael Lewinsky, at the Goanna Bar in King's Cross, Sydney, Australia. And I refused to sign a contract with them because why? Because they wanted to, they didn't want me to sing my songs, and they wanted to control and change my image. So that was a no-no for me, and very concerning and red flag. So I pretty much said, no, I don't really need to sign with you. And they said, well, you're not gonna make it. And I said, of course I'll make it. For someone like me, it'll just take me a little bit longer, right? So I really celebrate that, and I really thank myself for being smart and for not selling my soul. On that level, didn't sell my soul. I just stopped from shining. I was also honored, very honored to I was very honored to, just wait a minute. This is really important. Yes, I was honored to be the MC, Master of Ceremonies, for the Women's Council, the NPY Women's Council, every year for 10 years. That was amazing, and a very honored privilege, and thank you to the grandmothers, to the star grandmothers, and to the ancestors of the land. And so that was for NPY Women's Council, Natanjara, Pitanjara, Yatanjara, Women's Council for Kunga Korea conference every year at Uluru, and Kunga is young women. So, and just giving them the opportunity to see what's available out there, and also because I was a rising star, I guess, and coming out there in the world. And a strong woman on every level, and beautiful heart, very giving, kind, natured woman. Yeah, the grandmother saw that, I guess, and they wanted me to be the character role model for the women, and to allow the week to flow really amazing, and to inspire them and lift their spirits, and to let them know that everything's possible. Especially for someone like me who came out of nothing into everything, like we all did, right? Somehow or another. From nothing, I'm here. I decided, oh, I'm going to come and experience life. Anyway, that's another story. So yeah, that was lovely, and all the young girls that came from all around the central lands, which was just fantastic for those grannies. And even before I flew directly to Uluru, I love traveling from Alice Springs with the troopy, and with the girls in the car as well, cruising with us from Alice Springs, and it was really beautiful. I was there holding it strong with the grandmothers for 10 years until the land council and all these corporate trustees make it hard, and don't stop the grannies from having the gathering at Uluru, and push them back to Alice Springs. And so in the last 10th year, I was very honored to be asked and called to dance with the women. I was so used to being the MC there, and the women dancing and all that, and holding space, and maybe family, and we were used to each other and loving each other in all levels for those 10 years. So the girls come to me, run to me, and says, the grannies want you. And I said, well, what do they want me for? They got to get ready to dance soon. And they were like, yeah, I know, but they want you to come and dance, and not to come. And I went to go and see them and said, yes, grannies, what's happening? What can I do for you? And they were like, we want you to dance with us. And I said, I don't know this song. I don't know this dance. I don't know it. And they were like, you'll be right. You'll be right. So one granny was painting me up, and the other granny was showing me the dance. And I guess they believed in me, and they knew my heart, and they knew my truth and my spirit, and they knew that I'd learn really quickly, and they knew that I would remember the dance. Fire stick. So it was very honorable privilege to do that. Thank you. Nanjara Pinjara. Yatnjara. Women's Council. I remember you. So traveled, sung, did a lot of workshops, did a lot of human service, performed at the end of Sydney Harbour Bridge there for reconciliation, all those things. Sing it up, it's all here now, being to work, sing it up, doing it, traveling everywhere, meeting everyone. It's amazing, just amazing and I promised that I wanted to see my country first, see this beautiful part of Mother Earth first, and it was just a privilege and an honor for me. Good on me, well done me for being so brave on my own, and going out there and coming back home when I could every now and then. So yes, I said to myself, after I've seen this whole country, our country, I would go abroad and travel abroad and check out the other beautiful countries of Mother Earth with our families and skins, and got asked to go to Femme Funk Festival. That was really amazing, in New Caledonia. Thank you, Marie-France. Marie-France. Merci beaucoup. Mm. It is good to learn a little bit of the Ngangarai, for where you travel everywhere. So it's really beautiful, and I I decided to join Upstart Aussies, which was an ensemble, through connecting with a mob from Queensland, and they connected with a lady who felt she was stolen and taken away to the United States, to America. And we connected in with her, and I decided to join in and become a part of the ensemble, and also bring my songs and my spirit and everything that I had to give. And we traveled from west to east of America, starting in Portland, Oregon, and we were met by an original person, original family mob, kin, should I say, from the different places, towns, cities that we performed at. I mean, a lot of money and was spent. There's a lot of promotion and everything that went into it, and couldn't fill the seats. There was a small show. I guess the truth can hurt, or the truth can set you free, and couldn't really feel the people there. It's like where your spirit, I can't touch you, and but it was good to connect in with the original family mob from there, and I was very honored and happy to sit with Yellow Horse in his teepee and smoke a peace pipe with him in Atlanta. So my old bro there, Yellow Horse, he still lived in his teepee in Atlanta. Amazing. So bless you, Yellow Horse. So yeah, Upside Horse is a mixture of white, yellow, black, red, rainbow, and more from here, Australia, and yeah, show put together about the history of our country and the world, and the history of the stolen generation, and how we come together to heal and find solutions together to bring justice and balance, so we can have peace, and the land can be peaceful, and the ancestors of the land can have peace. So that was amazing journey to experience as well. So thank you, Dorothy and Lynn, for that experience. We got together and went back to America, back and forth from 2000 to 2002, and off and on for 6 months. I lived in Portland, Oregon, and couldn't get a visa to stay there. So, but I managed to connect in with CD Baby. It was an independent record company concept that was starting at the time, and they were just negotiating with Google's, with iTunes, and before anybody had access to iTunes or internet, or to have your little platform to share your music, or your story, or your business, your lifestyle plan, your service, your trade, your product, your production, and your products from that. So so I signed up with them, with CD Baby, back in that time, and and leading edge now with all the music on iTunes, and a lot of the independent artists are on Spotify, but I'm not. I'm on. I've been there from the beginning. They just recently because I haven't been doing a lot of my music, and I've been doing a lot of the people work in my other story. They wanted to end my contract, and I cease and desist them with the trade and trust stuff, and to let them know that I was live and well on the land. So they wrote back, and it's like President Lincoln speaking to me and saying, "Good things take time." It's amazing. It's like What am I in? The Matrix. So yeah. Anyway, so that was an amazing experience to be able to connect in there anyway and be ahead of time with that. To where it is now, and so you can find my music online through the CD Baby platform that's been built and now pretty out there, right? So you just gotta trust in these things, and it's just amazing how it all comes back, in the end, so thank you, Dorothy. And that I was complaining about the foods back then too, in America, and I was, and saying to Dorothy, like, why is the food like this, and why isn't the peaches and stuff ripening properly, and why they don't smell? So I was introduced to genetically modified foods back then in America before our mob sold out, to the merchant ship and sold out to money. And power corrupts absolutely. Saying like the doctors are dangerous, selling out to the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, and I was just, so I found a little food corp community place there called Fundies. We've got Fundies here now, and I became a member of them, and I was happy because I was able to get good food from there. That's what my body required. I was wondering why there was so much big people and obese people, and why people were not, why I couldn't connect with them. And I had a friend, didn't have a lot of friends I could talk to because I'm quite deep, and I'm highly spiritual, and we're very spiritual people. And like I said to my grandfather when I was 16, I would leave the church and connect and focus and build and go into my spirituality. And he gave me blessings, from that. My sister's like, hey, how come, my sisters, they're like, how come you get to not go to church? And I said, because I spoke to Lord, our grandpa, so you didn't have to speak to Lord. Anyway, so going back to that time there in the United States in Portland, Oregon, I just didn't have a lot of people I could connect with, and trying to make everything happen, but Spirit didn't want me to stay there for too long. And so there was this homeless man, and I'd meet him outside of Fundies when I'd go out, and he'd ask me for a cigarette, and I'd give him a cigarette, and he'd break the filter off, and then he'd share a story with me, and then it happened again, and I give him 2 cigarettes, and this time the story was longer, and he broke the filter off, and yeah, I realized he was an angel in disguise, and he was sent to me. He was sent to me for company, to connect and give me that spiritual food, and I need it every now and then. In a very shallow country, lost people, lost spirits. So thank you for that time in America, Dorothy. So what came after that was the Awesome Africa Festival. It was amazing, and thank you, Dan, Professor Dan Cheribaldi. And he invited me to come to the Awesome Africa Festival. Stephen Pigram and 2 of his other brothers came, as well as Richard Wally, and we went. And he wanted us to come also in support of the Bushmen, because the Bushmen were coming home for the first time to Natal to perform and to activate their ceremonies and to sing their songs in Natal, Durban, birthplace of us all. And Natal, Durban was taken over by the Bantu Zulus, the big tall Africans. And yeah, when we had the welcome to country by the Bantu Zulus, and we were there with the Bushmen, and there were the men group who danced, and there was this one sister girls, part of the Bushmen, who was there as well, and I could see the face on these Bushmen. They were just not happy to be invited and welcomed home by people who kicked them out and took over the place. Too funny, eh? Humans. Mm. Humans. So yeah, it was amazing, and the men were gentle. It was gorgeous, and Professor Dan Garibaldi promised that he would never disrespect me or Stephen or Richard, and use us as pawns in the play. And so I thank you, Dan Garibaldi, and Katya, your beautiful daughter. And yeah, the Bushmen were really, really beautiful, and they were just really surprised. They said, "Oh, we never thought there was another me on the other side of the world." And they were touching my hair, and I was touching their hair, and you know, the only difference is that I had soft hair and straight, and they had coarse hair and curly, tight little curls, gorgeous African curls. It was really, really beautiful, and yeah, and there was also a documentary, Trancing in Dreamtime. So we were trancing in Dreamtime, and every time the men would get up and start to dance, and they had these shell kind of shakers on their leg. It was beautiful. I can still hear them now. And so every time they danced, the sister girl from the Bushmen, the man with the boom, sister girl, she was in a white dress, and she'd look at me and draw strength, and she just join the men there, and she'd start dancing, and the men would I could see them, like, what are you doing here, but I can't say anything, and I'm like, it's all right, breathe, go with the flow, it's all beautiful, all of you together, the men and the sister, the mother Africa, beautiful, like, gorgeous. And it was lovely. Stephen Pilgrim Mob, they were funny. They were like, I think South Africa took over them. They were having such a great time. It's great. Yeah, what the Quinny, yo, yo, yo. That was their favorite little chant, and and the drumming, and the last part, the highlight of that journey was going out on safari with the Bushmen who were pushed to the Kalahari Desert, and they were the narrow giraffe Bushmen, and then you got the Kalahari. That's what, God must be crazy, eh? And yeah, it was amazing to go out there with them in the big cars, the high bars on them, and got to see the lions and tigers and hyenas. And the hyenas are just as big as the tigers. It's amazing. They're not little dogs. And giraffes and elephants. It's so amazing to be with the people of the country, and to go out and trance with them, with all the animals there. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So check it out, Trancing in Dreamtime. And I tell you what, drumming, and just, I love it. But I was really happy when I came home. It's like, quiet. Love you, Mommy Africa. So yeah, that was a lovely time. Bless you. Bless you all. Don't forget you. So when I arrived at that festival gate to go in and go to my venue to sing and perform, I was met by these two Zulu men. They were at the gate on the right hand side, and as I was walking through, they sang out to me and they went, "Hey, you just came through. You just came through a while ago." And I sang out back to them. I was like, "What's wrong with him?" And I was like, "No, I didn't. I'm coming through now." And then I pulled up and I thought about it and took note and went, "Okay, don't just cut it out. Let's go into it." So I then responded to those two Zulu men and old men, and I said to them, "Well, when did I come true?" And they said about 3 minutes ago. So I said, "Thank you." I said, "Thank you." And I took off to my venue. So, South Africa showed me my shadow, and my shadow was about 3 minutes away from me. So I went back to, I got invited again. I think that was after I got elected. So being elected by my people was also an amazing thing, and getting the Deadly Awards for Female Artist of the Year for my mob, and NAIDOC Awards. So really grateful, thankful of that, and also a centenary medalist with all the mob for our human service, my human service here in the country and abroad, awarded by the late Queen. And yeah, so at that particular time, I got asked to, I was shaking and moving, remember, and changing things on the ground. So I got asked to go back to South Africa, and I was asked by the High Commission of Australia. So I was contracted by the High Commission of Australia to go to South Africa for the end of apartheid, British occupation. And that was at Pretoria this time, at Pretoria, South Africa. Lovely, lovely place. I stayed in really flash places too. It's like, God dang, they know how to spend it up good, eh? So I'm a diplomat and a corporate trustee, remember? And I remember going to the diplomat Tim Huggins, who was residing as the diplomat for the High Commission of Australia in South Africa, Pretoria, and he took me to my interview, and I was interviewed by an African Zulu brother by the ABC, which is the African Broadcasting Corporation, and he was a very wise and smart brother. And he asked me, he said to me, without hesitation, "Tell me, Sister Australia, is it true? Is it a fact? It's true, because fact is law, right? And no law is fiction. Is it true that apartheid started in Australia?" And I said firmly and with passion, yes, it was the Queensland assimilation policies, the Australian Aboriginal assimilation policies. And yeah, it was amazing to go out to millions of listeners that day. So, you know, am I going to be a pawn, or am I going to be queen with a crown on? So, you know, and it's amazing because when we were growing up as kids, you know, when we were being deadly and amazing with all these things that, you know, we were doing and playing and succeeding, and we used to call each other crown. It's like, "Yo, crown! Yay, crown!" Crown. So am I going to be pawn? Am I going to be pawn? be pawned by this diplomat um, from the High Commission, the agent from the High Commission of Australia. It's a corporate machine. Oh, am I gonna checkmate? So that was a really big, beautiful moment, and he was surprised because we then, when we left the beautiful brother at the station and went to the car park area. I was looking at my notes so I don't miss out anything. So when we went out to the car park area, he actually he was really, really angry at me and upset, and he said, "I will not allow you to conspire against the Australian government." And I said, "And I will not allow you to use this beautiful black face, okay? Black face." Identity theft, financial fraud, Criminal Code Section 488. Identity theft, Criminal Code Section 486. Acquisition of title, the land, Section 51. Section 44, they're running out the door. Foreign states and their members can't sit and run for the parliament of this country. Section 26 is that local government holds no power and does not exist because in the 99 referendum the people didn't grant local government any power for the Shire, and we are the Shire. There's civil case, section civil law, section 44B, check it out. And for all you bankies out there, or all your politicians and judges who get a commission from the bank, section 37B, check it out. And then the cease and desist. There's cease and desist. Ab is adverb pronoun for nothing. Original is the correct English grammar. Used for first. First in time, first in law. Are you in law or you outlaw? Data, DNA, copyright, genealogy, carbon copy. Copy that. Lot. You mob, lot. Us mob, lot. Put your crown on. Land of trust, the land of trust, trusted from my right hand to my left hand, passed down. British, Queen's a British subject. I said notice to her in honor and in grace to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Give 14 days notice to rebut jurisdiction of what? Duress, right, law, diction to speak. Younger you are. Who are you? British. British, a person from Britain. Britain comes from the word, it's from Germanic pagans. The Queen is the daughter of Hanover. She's from the German line. I'm Cox. I have a clan seat and a family seat in the House of Mana. The crest is the rooster heralding the dawn. Us cocky bunch of lads, and I'm part of the Pigs and the Shays, the old people. Before the Anglo-Saxons, before the Germans, before the Romans. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't. Was the Romans? Sorry, the Romans with Brigantia or German. One of those things. Check it out. I did have it in my notes. So much to think about. So yeah, and then registered mail. So and British is yeah, you know, it's firm of solicitors, contracts, surveyors, property law, and people who are part of the Commonwealth of Nations. within that. Mm. And so yeah, I just wanted to share with you that the Queen sits on as one as for the common, for the House of Common, for the people, and then you got all these lords there. So when I took that legal instrument away of Beagle Bay Community Inc., which is the legal instrument that is the corporate machine, that held 1,000,000 hectares of land in trust, and my old people, they were smart. Mum was part of that with Dad, and so they got it under cattle grazing lease and only used 10 years of that. And so and I didn't know, I just trusted the process in winding it down, and where it was just a mess, the BBC Inc., and you had taxes that weren't paid, you had superannuation that weren't paid. I sat with the ATO, the ATO didn't do anything about it, and they just read it off and granted the people amnesty. And I was wondering, oh, something's got to be up. So when I did finally get to wind it down, on top of being sued by then, and now the interest who this Indian fellow who had a dream of growing tea tree and connected in with Capricorn timber from down south, and they were in bed with the state, foreign state, and the lawyers and everything, and I had no control of all that stuff, and it was quite dodgy, and it wasn't my focus to stop that deal. It was bigger than that. So when I did wind that up, they were affected because they also had their business trial in the 1,000,000 hectare lease, and so they sent a writ to sue me as a second defendant for $12 million, and for the people, and the people as the first defendant. So I found a law clearinghouse called Clayton Utz, which is an English firm, and they did pro bono and put it in the active list, inactive. And what that means is it's gone to bed. So while I'm dealing with that, and the people, and my people, and the Fed, the state, and so create a bilateral, so I got one voice from federal and state responding to me and the people on the ground, and I eventually wind the body up, that and the Aboriginal land trust in remote control down south there in Perth there, so still control and still overseeing everything. It's like, is it independence? Like, do we actually get to have our voice and have the right to self-determination? So human rights. So so I got a phone call from the City of London, David Banks, and my grandfather's landline at the house that I was staying there at, and it's like, Miss Cox, this is David Banks, City of London, headquarters. We wish to settle the matter. and I said, Mr. Banks, I can't settle the matter because I don't know what I'm dealing with. And that's, I said no to that, and what came was the fact that I was so happy that I was able to take the legal instrument away called BBC, Beagle Bay Community Incorporated, and which held the 1,000,000 hectare lease and the 2 preferred sites for the gas plant hub, jetty, and that for there to industrialize our beautiful last of the wilderness and important place, and where the blue whales come to birth every year up in Camden Sound up the top, and Stargate of Pleiades, where each and every one of you come into this ring, in and out. So I was very, very, very proud of myself, very proud and trusting trusting it, and I've done this all my life, so gotta flow with it. So that got stopped and Pendicular hits, North hits, and then pushed to James Price's Point, and that's where we held strong with the grandmothers and the non-direct violence blockade. And thank you to Yumo from Northern Rivers and their mob there who worked in with us and gave us what we needed, and Mark McMurtry and everyone with the beginning of sovereignty and everything. So Jason, all of you mob, thank you. And Jason came over as well, and all the mob who came here, and all our mob was like, hey, where you bring all these mob? I said they come for country, so thank you. And now that they have the native title prescribed body corporates, they want to open up country again, like I said to my sister, so that's how this is the last of the minerals. And I said, yeah, but they can't, because checkmate, right? It's identity theft and financial fraud, and who are you? You have no authority. So on behalf of the original crown, the Parliament of the People, and Waliwo Sovereign Embassy, I'd like to say thank you for the beautiful journey. It's been great. Kujara, 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 jai, kujara, kujara. Happy spirit, we all happy spirit, kujara.